They live at the center of a media frenzy. Yet when you go inside this apartment building in Aurora, tenants will tell you claims about a Venezuelan gang taking over are greatly exaggerated. Now, the neighborhood has had real problems for years, absolutely. But the neighbors say it is the reaction to the media attention that's really putting them at risk. Good evening, I'm Kyle Clark.
I'm Alexandra Lewis. Tenants and community advocates said today they want to make it clear who is living in these buildings and how this is affecting them.
A 9 News reporter Ria Joss here after talking with those neighbors. What'd you hear, Ria?
Yeah, dozens of those tenants stood outside their apartment building on Dallas Street holding up signs that said, "There are no gangs here," or "We are fathers, mothers, and children." As they explained to reporters, they're not criminals, and people need to stop making it seem like they are.
Buenos somos más. Ahora salió esta foto diciendo que como ellos son delincuentes, nosotros también somos delincuentes porque ellos estaban aquí. Aquí no hay delincuentes, aquí es un padre de familia, hombre trabajador.
The tenants at apartment complexes at Dallas Street and Helena Street in Aurora are trying to set the record straight about who they are.
Yo vivo ahí, yo soy colombiana, no soy venezolana. Tampoco reprocho a los venezolanos, mi esposo es venezolano.
Queremos que escuchen nuestra voz para limpiar nuestra imagen de todas esas cosas que están diciendo. De que somos personas malas, de que somos pandilleros, cuando realmente no es.
People like Geraldine Mazzo and Mario Viloria say they're now dealing with backlash.
Ya me salió mi permiso y mi socia. He aplicado en muchas empresas y en ninguna me han querido llamar por la xenofobia que tienen hacia nosotros, los venezolanos.
They say they've never felt threatened by gangs or anyone else until recently.
La controversia que se ha formado, por lo que están diciendo, más bien se ha formado otras pandillas de otros lugares, han llegado a nuestras viviendas a rayar las paredes y amenazarnos.
Tenants say CBZ Management, the company running both apartment complexes, is failing to maintain the buildings.
Hay roedores, chiripas, hay ratones. Llamé al dueño para que me lo fumigara. Nunca vino. Aquí el único delincuente que digo yo es el dueño.
They say their rights are being violated, but instead of the city of Aurora shutting down the building like they did on Nome Street, tenants are asking the city to hold CBZ Management accountable.
Yo lo que quiero es que el gobierno nos ayude, no que nos regale, que nos ayude a conseguir apartamentos para uno pagarlo, pagar nuestra renta, como lo hace todo el mundo.
Tenants said CBZ Management is asking for a fee if they break their lease agreements, but won't fix the issues within their buildings. Tenants want Aurora City officials to come and talk to them so they can hear directly from them about what they're dealing with. Ria Jha, 9 News.
Over the weekend, anonymous far-right social media accounts claimed that the Hells Angels Outlaw Motorcycle Club was coming to Colorado to fight Venezuelan gang members. Only issue is they provided no evidence that's true. The videos used as evidence either didn't show the Hells Angels or were taken long ago. So this video is from Sturgis. Then there was another video that shows motorcyclists in Brazil. This video is from back in July. A third video showed a convoy of motorcycles being flanked by a police escort. Shall we just say that's not how the Hells Angels typically roll? That did not stop the claims from getting millions of views online after they were shared by conservative influencers and even elected officials like Colorado Republican State Rep Brian Armagost.
3 days into September, and we're still hitting 90 degrees. Denver reached up to 94 today, but a little bit of a change is coming. 2 cold fronts are expected to move through tomorrow, bringing in cooler temperatures over the last few days. Or next few days, I should say. Cooler weather. We can expect that, right, Kathy?
Yeah, absolutely. And cold enough that we might actually see a little bit of light snow above 13,000 feet, maybe a light dusting on some of the 14ers. So a sure sign that fall is just a few weeks away, about 3 weeks away officially. Our high today, as Alex mentioned, 94. We've cooled back into the mid-70s this hour. And this current reading, that might be our high temperature on Thursday. So pretty good front coming in tomorrow morning. We started at 61 today and reached 94. 84 is the average high for the date, and 97 is the record. So not quite in record territory, but plenty warm. The winds are a little bit lighter tonight, but we'll be shifting in response to the cool front that will come through. We have a good chance of showers and thunderstorms throughout the afternoon and evening tomorrow as this front from the northwest advances. Already seeing a few light showers on radar across the northwest plateau and on the I-70 corridor from Glenwood Springs up to Vail. The moisture not moving into Denver yet, but it will be changing. That shower activity will be moving into the city probably around 1-2 o'clock in the afternoon. Some of these storms late in the day could reach severe limits east of Denver. The timing and impact of that coming up.
Tonight, Colorado State Patrol is investigating a deadly crash on Labor Day involving a whitewater rafting company in Chaffee County.
One person was killed, 7 others were hurt. 9 News reporter Rachel Krause joins us now with what we learned about this today. Hi, Rachel.
Yeah, hi. CSP tells me this crash happened because a car was trying to pass on a dangerous curve and hit a whitewater rafting van head on that was carrying multiple people from out of state. Now, here's what we know. CSP says the crash happened yesterday afternoon along 285 near Nathrop. The driver of a Toyota 4Runner tried to pass other cars in a no passing zone on a curve when they smashed head on to a van shuttling whitewater rafters. The driver of that 4Runner, a 33-year-old man from Golden, suffered life-threatening injuries. The passenger in that car, a 49-year-old man from Salida, died at the scene. He was not wearing a seatbelt. The Chaffee County Coroner's Office has identified that man as Justin Stensland. Now, in the van owned by Wilderness Aware Rafting, the 70-year-old driver and 5 passengers were hurt. Brian Ellis, president of Wilderness Aware Rafting, told me today the driver has been working with them since 1999. He says they're heartbroken for everyone involved in the accident and are supporting their team and visitors. Ellis says they're fully cooperating with police as they investigate this crash. And this shut down 285 on Labor Day for nearly 5 hours. CSP tells me charges for the driver of the 4Runner are pending. In the newsroom, Rachel Krause, 9 News.
A hit-and-run case out of Adams County is now being investigated as a homicide. The crash happened in late May off Federal Boulevard, just north of 76. Family members say that police found 48-year-old Danny Duran in the road. CSP says its investigation found that he might have been killed and left there.
First thing that came to my mind was just how absolutely shocking.
The Adams County Coroner's Office says the autopsy report is not complete at this point. The Sheriff's Office says they're still doing interviews and identifying potential suspects.
Prospective jurors in the King Soopers shooting trial spent the day in court answering questions from the judge and a prosecutor. Much of today's discussion centered on the meaning of the word crazy and the concept of insanity. The man charged with killing 10 people at the store in March of 2021 has pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity. The jury selection process began with 1,500 people who went to the courthouse last week and filled out extensive questionnaires. In-person questions resume tomorrow and will continue until a jury is chosen. Court officials have said opening statements could happen as early as this Thursday, that is if a jury is seated by then. Today, a judge ruled there's probable cause to send the alleged UCCS gunman's case to trial. Nicholas Jordan is accused of killing 2 people inside a dorm room in Colorado Springs earlier this year. A preliminary hearing was held today in which prosecutors laid out even more evidence, including a gun found inside of Jordan's car, leading to the judge's decision. Jordan is expected to enter a plea during his next court hearing happening on October 25th.
A racial discrimination lawsuit against the Carbondale Police Department has been settled for $350,000. The plaintiff, Michael Francisco, said that it began when staff at the city market in town targeted him on Christmas Eve 2020. The suit claims that store staff asked police to remove Francisco. He says it's because he's black. He says that officers slammed him to the ground, put him in handcuffs without asking any questions about what was happening. In a statement today, Francisco said that he is quote-unquote heartened by the settlement and by some recent changes to Carbondale police training procedures.